Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're happy to have you join us today for the latest edition of The Creator Effect. We're on volume 4 today. Really excited to share the latest and greatest in the creator economy. If we haven't met before, my name is Kristen Philippi. I'm a lead creative strategist here at #Paid. And I'm very excited to be joined by a special guest today, our VP of Strategy, Jacqueline Tsekouras. I'll pass it over to you to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacqueline. Very excited to be here with you all for volume 4 of the Creator Effect. We've been hard at work on this report and really excited to share some updates with you about the creator space. We learned a lot putting this together and hope that you find this to be very valuable today.
Wonderful. So as people are still trickling in, we'll give everyone another minute. I wanted to pose a classic #paid icebreaker. So drop in the comments, what is the latest thing that you were influenced to buy from a creator? Mine is perfume, actually. So that's how you know it's a good campaign, because I couldn't even smell it before I bought it. But there's a creator I love. Her name is Tess Madeline, just has a really cool aesthetic and style, and her campaign was so effective. I ran out and bought the perfume. And thankfully it came and I love the smell, so it all worked out. Jacqueline, how about you?
I feel like buying a perfume online is like a risky move, so I'm glad it worked out for you. For me, I forgot the creator, but it was like a spray bottle from somewhere in Europe for olive oil. So you basically can like make your own oil spray without having to like buy a new like can every time. And it's amazing. And I ended up buying it for like 4 different friends of mine. So yeah, a
Oh, great.
successful creator purchase. Yeah.
Widespread influence on that one. Awesome. Okay, well, let's dig right into our report. It's clear that we are now in the abundance era of the creator economy. AI tools are making production more accessible and easier than ever, leading to an unparalleled scale of content. Marketers across verticals continue to reallocate their investment from traditional channels into creator, and we're consistently seeing creator as a top performing content across social. But the impact of creator is no longer confined just to the walls of marketing. The creator economy is now a foundational part of the economy, building new professional jobs, fostering a new path to entrepreneurship, and even stimulating the venture market. We now see that 75% of Gen Z and millennial consider content creator as a viable career. In 2022, Adobe stated that 165 million new creators had joined the creator economy since 2020, and now 45 million of those treat creator production as a full-time job, not just a side hustle or a hobby. And beyond the individual creator, there's also a new world of businesses that are built to support the creator economy. And that is booming, with M&A in this space up 73% year over year in 2025. However, despite this unparalleled growth, we are seeing some shifts on the horizon. Audiences are increasingly pushing to get offline, and we're seeing this show up both in brand space, but also in regulations. Most recently, Pinterest had a full phone-free experience at their Coachella activations for creators. And we're also seeing governments increasingly wanting to ban social media for children under 16. We saw this first passed in Australia, it's coming to Canada, and it's continuing to grow. We know that discovery has gone social, but now it's also going to chatbots. 70% of consumers are already using AI to help them shop online, and this is really starting to shift how people's purchases are influenced. We're also starting to see a bit of a sea of sameness when it comes to content, leading to a little bit of audience fatigue, where consumers see those same trends over and over and over again. And then finally, even our relationship with devices are starting to change. Wearable products continue to rise as audiences want a break from their screens. Last year, Meta's Ray-Ban sales were up $7 million, tripling in 2025. So now that creators are no longer novel, the question really becomes, what do we actually expect from them? What we're seeing now is that creators are being measured not actually by the size of their audience, but the quality of their perspective. And there's three key pillars that make creators successful in this next wave of creator marketing. The first is trust and expertise. The most important quality to Gen Z and Millennial when deciding to purchase from a creator is that they actually have genuine expertise in that category. The trust and credibility that's built over time means more than anything to this audience. The next is taste and effort. Originality and fluidity become paramount as production gets easier and audiences continue to exist in a very omni-channel consumption landscape. Creators who can actually show off their craft and their perspective are really starting to win over creators who are just relying on existing trends. And finally, tracking and efficiency. We're already starting to see the platforms shift to develop products that drive better attribution. Whether it's valuing engagements, shares, and sends over things like impressions, or even commerce tools like TikTok Shop driving more efficient revenue, the next phase is really clear. It's all about the value that a creator is able to deliver over some of those more vanity metrics. And really, all of this is just leading to a fundamental shift in the current creator economy. Creators are no longer valued by the size of their audience, but the quality of their perspective and the depth of their audience engagement.
All right. And with this fundamental shift in the creator economy, advertisers really need the right tools to navigate this space and create the most meaningful and impactful campaigns for their business. And that's where hashtag paid comes in. Hashtag paid is the creator marketing operating system. And I'm excited to share with you all some major updates about our offerings at hashtag paid. All right. So first that I want to talk to you about is our co-create program. This is an opportunity for you to have an immersive day with a creator. A creator or a group of creators can come to your office and give your team the opportunity to collaborate directly with that individual or group. You can lean on creators for their ideas, their audience insights, and get feedback about what your business is focused on. It really is an excellent opportunity to build brand ambassadors and deepen their relationship with your brand. And we've been activating this already. A couple of ways that we've seen our co-create program come to life recently is, if your brand is doing a big internal moment at your company and you want to get creator coverage for it, this is a great way to extend the reach and message and excitement around what you're building by having creators present for it. The next is if you have a very niche specific creator need, we can curate a group of those niche creators. A good example is we're working with an interior brand right now that we're bringing a whole cohort of contractor creators to help build trust with their audience through a very focused creator expertise. And then finally, if you're in a highly regulated category, this is a great offering for you to lean into because this can ensure that if we host a day and really go deep with the specifics around your industry, this is how we can ensure that creators will understand both your brand and the sector extremely well, providing clarity and confidence on things like compliance so that there's more room for creativity and less time spent second guessing rules and regulations of the sector. So it really positions the creator as an extension of your team, and our co-create program is live and available right now. The next thing I want to talk to you about is our creator signals report that dropped last month. Super exciting to see some of the great coverage that we got on this report by major publications, really proving that the importance and impact of the scale and granularity of the hashtag paid creator network. So what this report gives you, if you haven't checked it out already, is an inside look at the creator life moments of our network. So who's about to move, who's about to have a baby. And we also feature insights on the changes that are happening within creator content style. So for example, in this report, we talk about how creators are reporting a 4-time year-over-year growth in the cinematic style of their content. So what's great about this is it takes you out of like the echo chamber of your own feed, and you can learn directly from the source of our over 200,000 authenticated creators that are on the hashtag paid platform. The report, it's live right now, and you can access it on our website. And finally, a few updates about our integrations and partnerships. So in terms of API integrations, we have launched our API integration with YouTube. What's great about this is it's providing deeper creator data for your campaigns that you run with hashtag paid. With our partnerships, we are continuing to heavily invest and deepen our relationship with all of the major leading social platforms. And this ensures that all of your campaigns will utilize the latest and greatest creator offerings across all of social. And then finally, hashtag paid, we're very proud to say we continue to be an industry leader in the creator space. Hashtag paid was named Adweek's 2025 Creator Marketing and Social Media Marketing Platform of the Year. We powered the Times 100 creator list using hashtag paid data to inform who would get one of those coveted spots. And we have deepened our partnership with the IAB, helping to inform the regulations around the creator space as well.
Wonderful. So let's dig into the meat of our report. As always, we're going to start to understand the latest creator effect on new technological innovations, the broader media landscape, performance marketing, and of course, what's to come in the back half of this year. So as we start with technology, we saw a really interesting fundamental shift last year. All of the major platforms started to make major investments in two key areas, creators and AI. However, as all the platforms made this shift at the same time, the result was a bit of platform bleed where everyone was sort of starting to offer the same things. And it made it a bit confusing for both creators and brands to know what to go to each platform for. But now, after we reviewed the Q1 earnings call, it's very clear that each platform is taking a very distinct lane of how they'll be moving forward in the creator economy. So today we want to dig a little bit into Meta, TikTok, YouTube, and Pinterest and understand how they currently fit into the marketing mix. When we look at Meta, last year, they really focused on developing tools to produce and distribute creator content at scale. But this next chapter takes it one step further. We're now seeing Meta focus on creators as being embedded directly into the platform's commercial infrastructure. Creators are no longer just the content supply. They are now the trust layer, the distribution layer, and increasingly, they are becoming what moves the needle on performance on this platform. Take, for example, partnership ads. Last year, they hit a $10 billion revenue run rate, which is more than doubled year over year. Even Facebook now is paying creators to post specifically on that platform versus just Instagram, really signaling an ever-increasing appetite to integrate creators into the entire Meta ecosystem. All of this combined with their AI technology like Meta Plus media targeting and the integration of Claude to automate DMs, it's really signaling that Meta is betting on creators to fuel relevancy and trust for their platform, knowing that's what now drives performance. As we turn over to TikTok, we know that TikTok has always been the home of creators and culture. TikTok is where like all the niche communities and subcultures that dominate the internet culture today, like they all started on TikTok. But now TikTok Shop has become fully integrated into this same feed, and that trust is now a direct line to purchase. There was a 108% increase of sales on TikTok Shop year over year in 2025. TikTok has now become this closed loop ecosystem where culture, commerce, and community are all happening within the same scroll. The best way to show up on this platform is just to completely lean in, get weird, get specific, really find your niche and show value for that community and know that the platform really has the infrastructure to take care of the rest. A great example is Apple. When launching their new Neo line of products, they developed a specific TikTok account that was completely focused on Gen Z aesthetic and leaning into that internet culture niche to be relevant on this platform. Now, while Meta and TikTok are known for their quick vertical video hits, the big point of differentiation for YouTube is they are really doubling down on being that home of lean back entertainment. They're focused on supporting original IP from creators, and they continue to level up their user experience and viewing experience by building new UX for watching on TV and watching on bigger screens. Creators and audiences alike are turning to this platform not only to watch content, but also to connect with those broader creator communities that revolve around a channel. And brands are really starting to step into this space as well. Sponsored videos on YouTube increased by 54% year over year in 2025, with the majority of those partnerships actually going to those mid-sized creators. So what we're really seeing here is YouTube is building that foundation and becoming a destination for those really valuable creators and valuable audiences that want to build strong community and engagement. And they're doing this by combining both their long form lean back products, but of course also shorts that help aid discovery to find your way into one of those communities. And now finally, off the top, we talked a little bit about this sea of sameness and how a lot of content is looking similar, especially with new AI tools coming into the mix. And what really stands out in a moment like this is the actual human perspective and human taste. And that's where Pinterest is leaning in. They're activating with creators that are very relevant for how people are curating their actual lives. Creators at Pinterest are valued much more for their relevance than their reach, knowing that style, taste, and relevance is what actually builds community and engagement. The Pinterest product suite is blurring these lines very effectively between content, commerce, and community. And a great example is their latest show, Bring My Pinterest to Life. This is a Roku show that brings together 6 pinners and 3 creators. And the whole purpose is to actually bring a Pinterest board to life. And the greatest part is that it's shoppable. So a QR code is at the end of every episode where audiences are able to go and shop the products that show up in that show itself.
Thank you, Kristen. Side note, I'm currently trying to bring my Pinterest board to life with a gardening project. So everyone, please send me your well wishes and good energy. All right, so let's shift from tech over to media. I really appreciated that look at like all of the tech platforms and their specific lanes when it comes to creator. It can be tough to know where to go for what. So really appreciate that, Kristen. Thank you for sharing. Media landscape. Okay, let's shift over to see how creators are impacting this space. All right, so what we are seeing is that creators now are actually setting the standard of what the content and communication that audiences want from brands and from entertainment. So it's no longer this creator sort of mimicking, they're actually setting the new standard of what media is becoming. One of my favorite examples of this right now is the Livestream TBPN. Like, I'm curious in the chat, anyone familiar with TBPN or an avid viewer of TBPN? This is a daily live stream. It stands for Technology Business Programming Network. This is a fantastic example of how creators are truly setting the new standard for what content can be. So with TBPN, it is specifically about the evolution of what live stream can be, really elevating the format from, I think a lot of people assume or associate live stream with like gamers in their basements doing live streams of their gameplay. And that still is very true and people love it, but TBPN has taken the live stream into a polished, high production value daily live stream. So truly live stream now has this like luxury tier. So how did they do this? The creators of the show, this is so fascinating. These guys and what they've built is really impressive. They looked at 1980s broadcasts, F1 racing operations, legacy media pacing, and they pulled from places that no one else in tech was really looking, and they recombined it all into a format that feels new. It's a daily, live, high velocity show built for the speed of the internet. It's really impressive what they've built. And it has become so popular and successful that they were just acquired by OpenAI due to their strong editorial instincts, deep audience understanding, and a proven ability to convene influential voices across tech, business, and culture. So to John and Jordy leading things over at TBPN, bravo, really, really setting the stage for what media is becoming through the power of creators. And we're not just seeing a new take on formats like Livestream, we are seeing a shift in overall brand marketing with a direct focus on the power of storytelling. So brands are now communicating everything through content. We're all seeing this in our feeds, right? And we can see the investment and importance of this through major roles and hires from big companies. Not long ago, Gap just hired a chief entertainment officer. Really interesting role to build out for a legacy retail brand. And currently, if anyone's looking for a new job, Anthropic is offering just under a measly $800,000 a year salary for a video director of their product launches. All of this signals that the power of strong storytelling is sort of like the essence of how we are marketing today. And storytelling is what creators are, or storytellers are what creators are at their core. If you are a brand that's wanting to lean more and more into storytelling, like you don't necessarily need to open these roles internally. You can lean on creators to craft your brand narrative in partnership with you to get your story out into the world in a way that will really resonate with your audience. And to extend the topic of stories, I'm seeing this, I'm sure you all are seeing this, the rise of the popularity of the microdrama. So what is the microdrama for anyone not familiar? Let's take a listen to this video here.
Microdramas are a series, like a TV show, that are designed to be watched vertically. So typically people watch them on their phone. Each episode is between 1 and 2 minutes long. And the idea is that you watch lots of episodes back to back. A series can be made up of 70 or 90 or 100 episodes that you watch all back to back. So it's kind of like a film that has been chopped up into 1 or 2 minute segments. You can find them on specific websites designed to host microdramas.
So microdramas, they are highly condensed, vertical, serialized video stories designed for quick smartphone viewing. They feature rapid, like hyper-emotional plots filled with revenge and romance and cliffhangers. The ones that I've been seeing are like animals slapping each other across the face. I don't know if that's just my feed, but talk about revenge and cliffhangers. I'm getting them all feed long. But microdramas, they are quickly gaining popularity on social media and mobile apps. And the microdramas, they've already started to extend into the creator space. No surprise here. Issa Rae, one of like the most OG creators, has signed a deal with TikTok to launch the platform's first scripted microdrama. Darman, in partnership with Fox Entertainment, will be expanding their vertical microdrama slate to 40 titles, and brands are already leaning in. Crocs has a microdrama. Of course, Crocs has a microdrama. It's called Charmed to Meet You. And it's a love story paying tribute to the beloved Crocs gibbets. So super cute, super fun. The rise of the microdrama is steadily coming at all of us. And finally, in the media landscape, this is sort of in media. This is one of the most exciting things one of the things I'm most excited to share with everyone today is that we're seeing an entirely new way to interact with creators, which is digital twins. This is an example from a company called Pick My Brain, and it shows Bozoma St. John, who has now made a digital twin of herself for her audience to interact with, unlocking some of her biggest areas of expertise like entrepreneurship, career success, and of course, her incredible personal style. Let's take a watch before we head on to our next section.
Since I became successful in my career, people have asked me questions about how to do the same, right? They want to know how to get the promotion, how to ask for more money and get more money, how to present in public, what to wear for success. I mean, look, any question that you can think of related to success, I have been asked it. And obviously, I can't get to everybody. I can't get to every answer. But now there's a new platform that exists where I can do that. It's called Pick My Brain. And essentially, it's a platform that aggregates all of the interviews I've ever done, whether it's podcasts or magazine interviews. As I've talked about it, there is an answer waiting for you. So now all you have to do is go to Pick My Brain, type in your question, and boom, I give you an answer based on every.
Wonderful. So we've talked a lot about storytelling and how creators are showing up on different platforms and evolving formats. But of course, we always want to anchor this back in performance. How do you actually see attribution and results from your creator campaigns? So what's interesting to see is that at the end of last year, the IAB reported that creator ad spend is now growing 4 times faster than total media spend because of the efficiency that creators provide. However, because of a lot of fragmentation and gaps in measurement between different platforms, what we're really starting to see is that the creator space is actually growing faster than the infrastructure that's built to support it. However, the great news is we're starting to see a lot of progress coming, and in performance, we want to leave you with 2 quick hits. First, talking about some new products that allow us to measure creator performance better. And then secondly, looking at a space that is really ripe for creator integration in that sort of low funnel area. So what we're really starting to see is that the platforms are trying to address this fragmentation and measurement gap by building stronger infrastructure within their ecosystem. And what this means is that it enables creator selection to start to become an actual performance decision. So take, for example, in March, YouTube launched a new centralized creator partnerships tool that allow audiences to get much deeper insights into creator performance integrated within DV360. And this allows advertisers, to find the right creators, to scale across every screen, but most importantly, to measure results with a lot more confidence. So when creator content attribution becomes more integrated, again, it really means that the creator selection goes beyond storytelling or brand fit or brand vibe, but it's a direct performance decision that you're making. And this deepened infrastructure is a signal more broadly of platforms digging beyond those vanity metrics and focusing on low funnel attribution. And as this continues to grow, it's going to make creator marketing even more precise and even more effective. Now, beyond social commerce, we see a new commerce infrastructure also rapidly rising in the LLM evolution. We're starting to very quickly see the integration of commerce into chatbots, and it's starting to come to life in 2 unique ways. The first is AI-enabled recommendation. Take Sephora, they just partnered with ChatGPT with a tool that allows audiences to get personalized recommendations on Sephora products. The next angle is agentic shopping. So Gap just announced that they're partnering with Gemini to allow you to purchase products directly within the chatbot. Now, while creators are not directly integrated into these buying models yet, we know that both Gap and Sephora always show up in a really big way with creators, and they have huge influence in these categories of fashion and beauty. We also know that creator content is being surfaced organically as an authority within LLMs. So as this answer commerce journey starts to evolve and incorporate a new form of influence, we really see that it's a natural next step that creators get integrated here. This is going to be something that's a really important space to keep watching as we head into the back half of this year, because I wouldn't be surprised if we're getting these shoppable creator products within Gemini or ChatGPT in the next few months. And with there, I'll pass it back to Jacqueline to share a few final what we're watching before we wrap up today.
Yes, final section. Thanks, Kristen. So we're going to talk about what we're watching, what's on our radar. Curious in the chat, any predictions, any guesses? There's 4 things I'm going to be touching on today. What do you think are sort of bubbling on the horizon of the creator economy that's on our radar and should be on everyone else's? Any guesses out there? More measurement, okay. One guess, guys, come on. Sam is typing. Creator short stories. Okay, all right, good guesses. So let's go into it. Our final section, what we're gonna leave you with today is what's on our radar and what we're watching in the creator space. So the first item I wanna talk about, Sam, you talked about creator short stories. This is more about niche creators. So niche creators for scale. We've talked a lot over various webinars and presentations about the growing importance of niche and nano creators. Like that's nothing new. We know that they drive a lot of power. But what we're starting to see is a growing use case of niche creators for significant scale. So scale doesn't have to mean like massive follower counts anymore. Actually, some of the most effective creator strategies that we're seeing right now aren't any longer built around like one massive creator with millions of impressions. They're built around many highly specific creators, each speaking authentically to a tight community that like really trusts them. And the shift here is fundamental. We're moving from awareness to representation. And instead of asking how many people saw this, the question actually shifts into how many people saw themselves in this, which I think is really interesting. We're starting to see examples of this strategy from brands like Urban Outfitters, American Eagle, and Vaseline, using a large creator portfolio to really flood the feed in a meaningful way. So that's number one. Number two is, the need for speed. This is the need for a discovery feed. Next, really looking at the expansion of the discovery feed. So the discovery shift has moved well beyond social. Patreon and Netflix have just announced short form scrollable feeds. And the signal is clear that capturing attention quickly is now one of the most critical stages of the entire entertainment funnel. Patreon has announced their Quip format, and Netflix has a clips feed that will be built on this same sort of thesis. Short form is that like on ramp to the longer form content, deeper community, and sustained revenue. And for creators in the creator space, this is major validation, because this is how they've always built their audiences, through short, punchy content that earns that deeper relationship. And now that model is being extended and being embraced by major platforms outside of just social. This next one should not come as a surprise. We really do believe that the future of creator businesses will be powered by AI. The same way that AI is unlocking new, never been done before opportunities across pretty much every industry, the creator economy is at the forefront of that innovation and experimentation. One of our favorite examples right now is from ChatGPT, who is launching Cat Labs. This will be the world's first creator-first studio where the audience decides what gets made. So from software to hardware and physical goods, like her extremely popular Wi-Fi dumb phone, it'll be really interesting to see what comes out of Cat Labs. And this essentially is the new creator playbook. AI isn't just about accelerating how creators produce content. It's enabling them to become entrepreneurs in ways that prior would have required huge teams, huge expenses, and a massive years of runway just a few years ago. So now the audience for these creators becomes that R&D lab. The build process becomes like a core pillar of the content, and the product becomes proof that the creator economy has outgrown being only content entirely. So we'll be keeping a close eye to see how the future of creator businesses become more and more supercharged by the power of AI tools. And then finally, the last thing I want to talk about today is the rise of Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha, they are creator natives. They were essentially raised by creators. And we're starting to see this generation take the stage with massive, unprecedented creator deals. Salish Matter is a perfect example of this, and a great example of where Gen Alpha creator deals are headed. She's built a YouTube channel, launched a beauty line, and just signed a deep partnership with Netflix that spans original content projects, but also commercial products. This is not an influencer deal. This is an IP deal. Netflix isn't paying for a post or even a campaign here. They are investing in her identity, her audience, her brand, and they are betting that they can amplify it on one of the world's largest streaming platforms, really further emphasizing that creators are no longer just about content. They are the future of IP. And the final thing that I want to leave you with is, how will the idea of creator IP show up in the future of technology? We talked at the beginning of this presentation about the rise of Meta Ray-Bans. So when we start to have more wearables, ambient AI, we're going to start seeing creators show up in new places that honestly today we couldn't even dream of. But we've been here before the democratization of content, allowing anyone to make and distribute video. If I told you, in 20 years, there's going to be people that are going to sit in their car, they're going to eat food from behind their driving wheel, they're going to record themselves, and they're going to make millions of dollars off of this content, you would never have believed me. We are at that same inflection point where with the future of technology, we're about to see unimaginable new ways for creators to grow their businesses. So I know we threw a lot at you today, but that's what this space is. It moves at 1,000,000 miles a minute. There's so much happening, but I hope that you came away from this learning something new. You got a new fun fact to share at your next party. And for everyone that joined us today, I really want to thank you for your time. This will be recorded and available on YouTube, I think either later today or tomorrow. And from everyone at #paid, I want to say thank you for joining us and hope you all have a great day. See ya.
Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for joining us.